Hi there, I'm Dرويش. Welcome again. One of my subscribers asked me this question. Teacher, could you please explain discourse markers 1 and mixed condition? I will make that in another video. Today we're talking about discourse markers 1. We will study 4 kinds, okay? So let's start. They're easy, guys. It is for the advanced students, but it doesn't mean if you are an intermediate student or a beginner, you cannot understand. No, you can understand, but not as much as the one who is advanced. All right, so let's learn. The word so. This is the first kind. When we use the word so, we use it when you are talking about a result, all right? A result. For example, I turn on the light so I can see. So this is the result, all right? Very good. We have alternatives. We have the word as a result, therefore, consequently, all right? So these three ones, we can use them as the word so, and they have exactly the same meaning of so, all right? Good. So, but we need to understand, guys. Listen, we can use this one in speaking and in writing, all right? So the word so is short and it is fast to be used. So this is good to use when you are speaking, all right? Or when you are sending messages to your friends, which will and the information or the message that you send is informal, all right? Though we use the word so. However, as a result, therefore, consequently, these words are strong, all right? So the difference in here is as a result is more formal than so. Therefore is more formal than as a result. Consequently is more formal than therefore. So if you are, it depends on you guys. If you want to use a formal language, then you can use any of the 3 in here. If you want to use a very formal one, you use the word consequently. The question is how I use in writing. How I use them in writing. Let's start. We have the word, he is tight-fisted, all right? Basically, tight-fisted means stingy. Someone who doesn't like to spend money, all right? Someone who's not generous with money. All right, so for example, if you are speaking before, you're saying something about, you say that person doesn't like to spend money, therefore, so, as a result, consequently, he is tight-fisted, all right? Okay, or you can use it another way. You're showing the result of that. All right, as I told you before, I turn on the light, therefore, I can see. Okay, so therefore, he is tight-fisted. If you stop the sentence before with a full stop, then you start with a capital, therefore, comma. He is tight-fisted. If you don't want to use this as a capital, you want to continue, and this is really amazing, guys. You use a semicolon. Remember, semicolon, then small, then comma, then you use it. Okay, now we have one that is really strange, and really strange means it is formal, which is this. When I use this one in the middle, so I say he, comma, therefore, comma, is tight-fisted, all right? So we can use them all, 1, 2, 3, you can use them the same way in here. So when you are writing, guys, one time you use this, one time you use this way, one time you use this way. This is very good, okay? Now we finished talking about the word result. Now let's go and talk about the most common word, which is because, all right? So the word because. First, when we use the word because, to give what? A reason for something. All right, so because, as we said before, so here and because. More formal as a result, more formal therefore, more formal is as, more formal is since. Remember, guys, when you use because as since to show a reason, okay, you must use a sentence. Subject, verb, object. Sometimes you don't need an object, so you need a clause. It is fine. So don't forget this. Because after the sentence, as, since, sentence. Okay? All right. I did that because you made me do that. All right? as you made me do that, since you made me do that. All right, very good. Now let's go to the number 2. Number 2, guys, it is a very common mistake. We have the word because of, owing to, due to. The same idea. This is normal, formal, more formal. Actually, this is more formal than due to. All right. But remember, guys, when you speak about because of, owing to, doing, due to, you must use after it what? A noun. Okay? So for example, you say, I lost the game because of you. All right? Because of her. Because of them. I don't say because they distracted me. Wrong. Okay? If I want to use a sentence, I go back to because or as since. I say since they distracted me. But if I don't want to use a sentence, so in this case, I use what? Because of, owing to, due to. So I lost the game owing to them. Means, owing to them means they are the reason for losing the game. All right? Very good. Now we finished the reason. So result and reason. Now let's go to number 2. You use my channel too. All right? The purpose, why you do that, okay? Purpose. So when you are talking about a purpose, like for example, teacher Akram, I watch your channel to learn English, okay? To learn English. This is a purpose. This is your goal, all right? So we'll have the word to. And here, guys, we're talking about to plus base form. The verb must be base form. Okay. So this one, as we said, this is a normal one, and this is infinitive. We use the infinitive in 4 cases. One of the cases to show a purpose of doing something, like I go to the mall to shop. I go to the mall to buy things. All right. So in this case, you're giving the reason. You're going the purpose of doing that. All right. So we have the word to, in order to, so as to. After it, we use base form. All right. In this case, guys, as we said before, this is normal English. This is formal. This is more formal. So as to. All right. So for example, you say, I watch your videos to learn English. I watch your videos in order to learn English. I watch your videos so as to learn English. All right. Very good. The secret here is that if I want to use a negative here, how can I make a negative? Here, so as not to. The same, in order not to. You understand? Very good. So for example, say, I eat less, for example. That's not true. But I eat less in order not to gain fat. All right? Very good. Or so as not to gain fat. Very good. We have another one, also the same idea. When you use the word so that, okay? Remember, guys, I put that in brackets because you can delete this one, all right? You can delete it when you are speaking. Fine? But in writing, you must write it because it is important. So that after it, focus what you use. You use subject, will, would, can, could, then base form. Here you are showing a purpose. You understand? Like a purpose for something, like I watch your videos so that I can speak English. So this one you are showing what? A purpose. Very good. Now let's go to the last one. Contrast. Basically the most common word is but. Let's take an example. He didn't study, but he passed the exam. So in this case, guys, hey, you must study hard, guys. All right, I'm just giving you an example. So here we use but to show a contrast. Contrast, like you're showing me the opposite of what you expect. For example, I tell you I didn't study hard, okay? So you expect that I failed in the exam. So here I use but. I give you something that you don't expect. So I tell you, but I passed the exam. See, this is called contrast. So we have a lot of words we use in contrast. So we have the word but or the word yet. Yet is more formal than the word but. Okay. Also, you can use however, nevertheless, nonetheless. When you want to use them, the punctuation, comma, semicolon, full stop, and whatever, and etc. They are the same that we use with so. Therefore, when you use therefore in the first form that I used it before here, before, not now. Okay. So with the semicolon or in the middle, we use them the same. But this is for contrast. That was for result. The result. Okay. So we have other words. Example. For example, although, even though, though. We use these words, okay, to show a contrast. But there is a little difference. Let's learn the difference here between but and although. Let's learn. Here, guys, focus. I said he didn't study hard or he didn't study, comma, but. But is with this sentence. He passed the exam. When you use although, you use it the same. It has the same meaning of but not the same position in the sentence. Here, but with this sentence. If you want to use although, you use although with this sentence, like this. Although he didn't study, comma, he passed the exam. You get the idea? It is about the position, but with the second sentence, although with the first sentence. Alright? You can use the word although in the beginning or in the middle. If you use it in the middle, it's still the same with the sentence. You say, he passed the exam, comma, although he didn't study. You got it? Yes. Okay. So, although, even though, and though. Listen. This one is normal, formal, more formal. Okay? Even though is more formal than although. And you use them the same here, the same way. But you have a note, guys, that the word though is used mostly in the end of the sentence. If you want to find an example, I need you to go to Longman Dictionary or Merriam-Webster's. You have Oxford. Any dictionary. Go write the word though. Find in the examples. In the examples, you will find one in the end. Please understand the idea. Then write a sentence and write it down in the comments. Okay, I'll check them. All right. Now, we have also another way of using the contrast, but another way. It is in spite of and despite. I want you guys to pay attention. When you use in spite of and despite, they have the same meaning, basically. In spite of, after it, you use a gerund or a noun. Then comma, then subject, verb, object, or you don't need an object, it is fine. All right. So, for example, let's take an example with gerund. In spite of being hungry, he can move fast. All right? This is gerund. Another one, despite the weather, okay, or in spite of the weather or the bad weather, I enjoyed my time. You get the idea? Very good. So this is the secret, guys. In spite of, despite, after them you use a gerund or a noun. If you want to use a clause, the same in although, you can, but you need to add something. So what is that? It is this. In spite of that fact that. So you say, in spite of the fact that the weather is bad, comma, okay, I enjoyed my time. You get it? Okay. So when you use the fact that with in spite of, after it, you don't use gerund, don't use a noun, use as a clause. Very good? Okay, that's all. That's all about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment. Tell your friends about my channel, guys. If you need any video, any subject you want me to explain, you can write it down in the comment, guys. Thank you, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. See you.